All right, 2.9%, almost 3%. That's how much the economy grew in the latest quarter, the third quarter. That was stronger than expected. Still, average growth under President Obama now for his roughly 8 years in office at about 1.8%. Now, Donald Trump, of course, has said we can grow a lot more than that. But since we are in the latest period growing at 3 times the rate he says in some speeches that we're growing at 1% or so, does this latest news hurt that argument to LendingTree founder, Great America Club Chair Doug Lebda? Doug, what do you think of that? Now, it's only one quarter, and these things are revised, as you and I know. But I'm sure Democrats can come back and say, well, look at that. Well, look at that. We're going triple at what you say we are. Donald Trump, you say what?
Totally. Yeah, I think it's actually pretty simple. First off, if 2.9% holds, that's great for the economy. However, after 8 years, if we can grow at 2.9% with the overregulation and job-killing policies of this administration, all of a sudden it makes Donald Trump's 4% projection with much better policies seem a lot more reasonable than a lot of people thought.
That's interesting. So you could turn it around and say, look what we're capable of if we just, put our minds to it, right?
Listen, if you take government out of the way, look at cost and benefit of government regulations. I mean, I spent half my day yesterday literally debating one sentence with our chief accounting officer in our 10Q, where literally I said, well, that's not accurate. And she says, well, that's the way we have to report it. So I said, wait a minute. The government's giving me a choice between telling me I need to be inaccurate to the reader. She was like, yeah, they are.
Well, what was the statement? What was the statement that you had to be careful?
It was a very, very arcane thing about how you describe revenue growth in one of our businesses, which we've grown over 350% in just the last 2 years alone. But the fact that I'm debating words as opposed to running a business that's saving consumers money every single day is a real tragedy for the economy.
Do you think whether it's Mr. Trump who gets in or Hillary Clinton that they're going to be in a world of hurt? A lot of people say the next president's a one-termer because of this financial house of cards falls. I think Donald Trump himself has said the market is priced for perfection. Low interest rates invariably end. The Fed has propped this up. It can't do it anymore. And kablooey. What do you say?
Well, I actually think we're ignoring the biggest problem, which is we have a $20 trillion debt. I actually divided that by the number of people in America, and it comes out to something like $80,000 for every household. And basically, Hillary Clinton is going to continue to add to that. Donald Trump's plan will be able to address it, I believe, because we'll have faster economic growth and less regulation. And if we don't ultimately deal with that, we're going to be like Greece.
All right. Interesting. Very interesting. Doug, very good having you.
Very good. Thank you very much.
All right, Doug Lebda.